Hi. It's okay, these guys don't bite, I'm pretty sure. And if they are, I'm ready, actually, so in case they do. Hey, do you ever, fall down and go boom and get an owie? Do you say owie?
I did.
Did you? What'd you do? Yeah? Did you get an owie?
Yeah.
There's one right there, yeah, absolutely. Did you get an owie? Yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah, no kidding. Let me ask you an important question. Do you call it a boo-boo or a bobo? When you get an owie, do you call it? You don't call it either, do you? Okay, and that was really ridiculous. Okay, all right. I always thought it was boo-boo. Bobo? Yeah. Apparently you can say both, I guess, but I mean, bobo, boo-boo. It still hurts, right? It still hurts, right? Yeah. So what happens when you get a bobo, boo-boo, owie? What happens? Does somebody give you a Band-Aid?
No.
Or kiss it better? Tell you to toughen up and take it oh no. I mean, somebody cares for you, right? Mom or dad, you probably go to mom or dad and they take care of you, right? You might get a Band-Aid. I just so you don't think that's faked on the screen. This is an actual Jesus Band-Aid. Jesus Band-Aid. I only have one. It's sacred. It's a Jesus Band. No, you've never seen that before, a Jesus Band-Aid? It's amazing what you can get on a Band-Aid these days.
I've seen it on the computer.
You've seen it on the computer? Yeah? Have you seen, you can get Disney ones, with Disney characters on them, like Little Mermaid and stuff like that? You can get them with Iron Man and Captain America on them. I haven't seen the Hulk yet, which is really disturbing to me. I think the Hulk should be on a Band-Aid, don't you? Why do you think they put that on a Band-Aid?
In case it's bleeding.
That's why you'd have a Band-Aid, right? But why do you think they put people on Jesus on a Band-Aid? Do you think this Jesus Band-Aid is more powerful than a regular Band-Aid because it has Jesus on it?
No.
What? Why not?
Every Band-Aid doesn't have no power. It just sticks to you. That thing has no power. It just has a picture of Jesus.
Okay, Wesley's doing the rest of the service today. I'm kidding, you don't have to do the rest of the service. But you're absolutely right. A Band-Aid has no power. So what makes you feel better when you put a Band-Aid on? Is it maybe, say, whoever puts the Band-Aid on and says, well, I'm sorry you're hurting? Do you think maybe? Doesn't, if you get an owie, doesn't your mom or dad, don't they kiss it better? No? Young people today. When I was a kid, if I got an owie, my mom or dad they'd kiss it better. And of course, it would instantly feel better because they kissed it better. Right? What happens is, when you hurt yourself, you might get a Band-Aid, but you're right, the Band-Aid doesn't have any power, but the person who's helping you does. Right? They would say, oh, I'm sorry you're hurt, or they'd be really caring for you and help you. See, in Jesus' day, though, they didn't have Band-Aids, and they certainly didn't have Jesus Band-Aids, I'm pretty sure. Okay, there's a joke in here about that cloth with Jesus' image on it, but we'll move on. There were no Band-Aids. Do you know what Jesus did when people were hurt? Water? Well, he's actually drinking it and everything. I'm not really sure how clean that was, actually. Good call. Do you feel better now?
I was never hurt.
Does that feel better now? You're hydrated. Yeah. Yep. See, Jesus didn't have Band-Aids, but he'd give people a glass of water. I think he would. I think he'd say, hey, I'm sorry you're hurting. Here's some water. Do you think the water's the important part, or do you think it's Jesus saying, I see you're hurting. I'm sorry.
They're both important.
They're both important. Honestly, he's doing the rest of the service today. You're right. They're both important because it's not just enough to put a Band-Aid on a hurt. You have to be there for the person and take care of them too, right? You have to say sorry and help them. But you can't just sort of say sorry and help them and let them bleed out on the floor. You also got to do that other part, right? You need both of them. He's very smart. We're all very smart, right? Because we all knew that. Right? So when you give that Band-Aid to somebody, say, because they're hurting, you're going to say, sorry, you're hurting. You're giving it to me. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay. So...
That Band-Aid.
Oh, I thought we were doing E.T. Okay, film reference, sorry. So that's an important part of this story, though, right? Is that it's not just enough to give somebody a Band-Aid, you got to care too, right? And that's what Jesus was all about. When Jesus helped people, he didn't just say, here's a glass of water, get lost. He listened to their story, he talked to them, he said, I'm sorry you're hurting. And that's the thing that really helps people, right? We need both of those things. Cool, right? Although this is a particularly cool Band-Aid. We're going to sing a song about water.